It's my 1993 Ford F-150. It's a straight six 4.9, probably one of the best engines Ford ever built, and 5-speed manual. Call it the farm truck, because she certainly is, and she works her ass off for a little old truck. Currently using it for spraying. That's what we're going to go over. My sprayer I built. It's boomless. This is my first boomless sprayer. I'm actually very happy with it. I made it so it fits right into the hitch there, locks right in, so you could take it out easy. You could put it in. I did make it adjustable here, so you could loosen this bolt, pull this whole thing out, and adjust it if you need to, but I think I got it set pretty good right now. You also notice that there's glad hands, like on a semi truck, on the back. This truck actually has a complete air system, just like a semi, that I put in. Now, the compressor failed recently. It was an electric compressor. I'll show you the switches and all right there with the air gauge. But, you know, that's what I get for running an electric compressor. They don't have internal oil. And what I did was, I have a leveling valve, if you look there on the rear differential, just like on a semi. So it automatically will adjust the suspension. Now, that made the compressor run too much, unfortunately. So what I did was, I have a York compressor that I made the mount for it already. I just haven't installed it, and that'll go just like an AC pump. It'll go right under the hood there, and it'll kick on and off as it needs to with the engine running. I have airbags in here. Now, temporarily, because this tank, once it's full, it's close to 3,000 pounds. That's a lot of weight for this thing. So what I did was, temporarily, I just have a little Schrader valve that I could pull out here to put air in, and they are aired up right now, the bags. Also, I highly recommend airbags. I really do. I mean, this is the first set I ever had on a truck. They're unbelievable. The ride quality, the difference in ride quality. So this tank will hold 225 gallons, and I actually made mounts for it. Show you here, just like on a gooseneck setup or a fifth wheel setup, that come through the bottom. They're at all the mount points of the tank on both sides. They work pretty well. The tank did come loose earlier today, which is why I have these on here too, to hold it from side or from back and forth. And it helps. I mean, when this thing's full, it's pretty damn heavy. So if you hit a bump and all, it starts going, oh, it's going. So I have my pump here. It's a I believe it's 5.5, yeah, 5.5 gallons per minute, 60 psi, 12 volts, just a standard 2-prong plug. One thing I did have to do was I had to put a solenoid on it, because once you turn the pump off, it would actually siphon out the end of the boomless sprayer. And it, you know, it was just like, it wasn't spraying, but it was dumping out enough that it was a problem, and if you forgot about it. And I put that valve on there so I could stop it, so I turned off, but this just works better, and it just kicks on when the pump kicks on. So I just put that on today, actually. Same thing with the strainer. So I should have known better, because I built sprayers before, but I didn't have a strainer on here, and I thought I steam cleaned the tank, and also I thought it'd be okay, but sure enough, stuff was getting stuck. So now I got the strainer. And yeah, so I ran the line. One thing too is, so this is actual line for a sprayer. This line is not. And originally I had this same line from Home Depot on here. What I didn't realize until I looked, you know, after a couple times and looking at it, is this was actually not this line, but the clear line was ruining, or was degrading my pressure a lot. It was lowering it. And what was happening is it was collapsing, which, you know, sounds very obvious now, and like I said, I've built sprayers before, so I should have known that, but for whatever reason I didn't. So I replaced it with this line, which I actually had just laying around, brand new too. So I replaced it with that. Now I have no problems. So works pretty well. I have a wireless setup here, and it's inside the toolbox. I also have a ballast battery in the toolbox, because I have a lot of boats, so I had a marine battery that was good. So I threw it in there. I just wired it in so it charges with the truck. It was super easy to do. And it just helps kind of as a ballast for if when the pump kicks on and off, or if it is drawing a lot. The truck didn't seem to have a problem keeping up with it the way it was, but you know, I run this thing for over an hour at a time, so that's a pretty decent sized electric pump. So so it was good to do that. I just got done doing this field here, the soybean field, and I'll show you the spray pattern first. It's kind of windy out here, and that definitely affects it. Another thing I noticed that was kind of an issue is I wrapped electrical tape around this, the actual boomless nozzle, and it must have pushed forward a little bit, because there's, I don't know if you can see up, there's like a little piece sticking out. That little bit sticking out is enough to throw off the entire spray pattern. So I'm like missing a small area on the ground there. You'll see when I turn it on. One thing you gotta know about these boomless spray nozzles is this Allen bolt right here. When you take that out, these are actually two different nozzles. This one's a 90 degree. This one is, you know, a full both side pattern. I guess 180. And you could switch these. So if you want to just spray off to one side, you take this Allen bolt out and you switch these two plates, and then you put it back in. So just so everybody knows. I should probably paint this. Also, you can see the welder started to run out of gas as I was doing it. So you get stuff like that. But anyway, so yeah, I'm very happy with it. I put this, I forget what this is, but it's for like EMT pipe, you know, electrical pipe, to mount it. And I used this, I had it laying around, and it worked pretty well. And I could, if I have to adjust this, I can. I do have to get a razor blade though, like I said, and cut this back, because it's kind of, I didn't really realize it till I was done, but it was throwing the pattern off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, we're going to turn her on so you could see, and it goes out pretty far. I mean, it's pretty good pattern, but you could see my spot right there where it's not getting it, and that's actually because of that little piece. I mean, just that throws it off. The interesting thing about this is that's actually why I ended up putting the strainer on there, because just a little bit, I don't even know what it was, a little bit, something got in there, got stuck in the nozzle just a teeny bit, and it threw it off completely. So you can see the spray pattern. Now they say this will go 52 feet wide. Realistically, it does not do that, unless maybe you're running like a PTO pump. But these electric pumps, that's the biggest one I could find, and for 1/2 inch, and it was you know, that's what you're getting out of it. I mean, it works great actually, and I love it, because I just get on the road, drive the truck to the other fields. You see the other field back there, and there's more down there on the other side of the road, and you know, just drive it all around. So I will show you also, it's pretty easy to see where you've been when you have a field that's worked pretty well. You can see by all my lines here. So I will show you this though. I have a tablet in here with a program on it. It's a free app. I think it's called like Field Map or something. And you could see where I had driven on this field. It also tells you your speed and everything too, which is nice. I usually keep it 5 and under, so 5 miles an hour and under. And then it shows you my track. Now, if you look, there's these big open spots. Now, what I did was I set my implement width to only 20 feet. Like I said, the spur is supposed to be good for 52. Realistically, you're only around 38, 40. But I like overlap. So most of this I pretty much got everywhere on these. The only exception may be like down here a little bit and over here, but the guys that live in the house right here have their kids out in the backyard, so I'm trying to stay away from that area. Maybe I'll spray it tomorrow. And you could see like the other fields and all, but actually even this overlap I definitely got. I could tell as I was going. When you spray, if you spray, you know that there's nothing wrong with overlap at all. I mean, the more the merrier. So I did order dye for the spray. I've never used spray dye before. I ordered it, but it's not coming till tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, I've never done it before, so see what that looks like. But yeah, like I said, I just keep it 5 miles an hour and under. I got my little wireless remote here, and I have velcroed onto there. And I'm very happy with it so far. I mean, I really am. It's just nice to be able to jump on the road, to listen to music, jump on the road. It's also, even though this truck doesn't have air conditioning, it's nice to have the windows open and to not be on like all my tractors are open cab, so it's nice to not be in an open cab tractor where when the wind blows from behind you, you get covered in glyphosate and everything. So that's nice. It's just a little bit safer, I guess. But yeah, that's my setup, and it works great. Originally, actually, I had one of those square tote tanks. Uh-oh, here come the assholes. Look at all that dust. Yep, yeah, they think they're funny. But I had one of those tote tanks so I could take it in and out of the truck and use it for a tractor. And I went to this tank because the setup's a little bit better. It handles water sloshing around and everything a lot better. So went to this one. Now I'm a lot happier with it that way. You got anything to add to that, Rye?
What is that?
That would be the moon.
No. The thing in the sky moving right there.
Drone?
Where?
What is that? Is that
Where?
right at the head?
This little thing right here.
What is that?
Oh, a balloon.
Is it a balloon?
Yeah, it's a balloon.
Why is it blinking?
Shut up. It looks like a
Why
freaking.
did it flash?
You saw that, right?
It's metallic. It's like a metallic balloon. Look, you're talking to somebody that loves UFOs, but
It's red.
Oh, it's a balloon. I can see the string.
it's a balloon.
I
Yeah,
have
you
new-
can see the string. It's
I
like
have-
500 feet in the air.
I have new spectacles. I can see it.
I can't see it on the thing though. Maybe it is a UFO. It's not appearing on my video.
Balloon.
Oh well. This is Ryan, the UFO hunter.
No.
Well, that's my setup.